Here we go.
It's a little bit of a light show tonight.
We'll let
Light show. I don't know if that was visible on the camera.
I don't know either. Doesn't matter.
It was
We're
visible
gonna go
for
with
me
it.
staring straight into the light.
Touche.
What's up, fanboys and fangirls? Welcome back to another episode of What the Fanboy. I'm Luke. This is Mr. Tyler.
Tis I. Sorry, trying to get my computer set up here. And this is the beautiful Red Eitzen.
Cheers.
What are you drinking?
Just Dr. Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get one before the show this
That's
time.
me too.
You want one?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. There you go, sir.
Thank you. You had to go really far for that. I appreciate all your effort.
No problem. It's a real stretch here.
Sorry, listeners.
No, don't apologize. That definitely just made someone want to go get a drink.
I'm a bad influence for drinkers.
Well, okay, yeah, maybe. But
It's
been a week, guys.
It has.
yeah, a week has passed. Yes.
Do anything
That is
fun?
true. Lots of things fun. Did you do
What'd you
anything
do?
fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of it was fun. Some of it was okay.
So actually, I did a lot.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I'll do the easy things first. I cleaned my gutters and bought a ladder. That was fun.
Welcome
I
to
also-
adulting and owning a house.
I cut down some tree branches that were hanging over my roof, so that was very rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
I also helped a friend build a shed this weekend.
Whoa.
So Saturday was a day of projects for me.
Yeah.
Boo.
But then also this weekend, I continued to play Watchdogs Legion. I'm still really enjoying that game. I don't know if they did like a stability patch or something, but I've had no crashes since
yet?
that. Huh? No, I'm about probably like 3 or 4 hours away from beating it. Pretty close. I still just use the spy all the time. But I did a mission on there yesterday because I didn't play a ton. But when I jumped in, I did this mission where I got to control combat drones and just do like a dogfight with drones. It was really fun.
That's dope.
So there's a lot of really cool stuff still to do. I'm really just having fun liberating regions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it's a newbie game and that's what you do. I also finished reading Batman the Long Halloween.
Yes.
That book, if you read comics, is a booyah in my opinion. I think everybody should read it if you enjoy that medium of storytelling. If you do not, there's an animated movie that will be coming out that will probably not do it as well.
Nope.
So still read it. I watched The Mandalorian. That episode was fine. I didn't really feel like we accomplished a whole lot, but here we are. And then the two big things I did, Apex Legends Season 7.
Yep.
That has officially launched, and it is very good. I don't know how much time you spent with it this week, Brett, but I played quite a bit, and the new map is an adjustment. It definitely changes the way the game is played, but I think it's a good adjustment.
Yeah.
I don't feel like vehicles are too much of a problem right now. I know some people probably still don't like them, but they can help you more than I think they can hurt you, which is really nice. I look forward to kind of diving in when the new consoles come tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Just, kind of seeing like the increased graphics, because it will increase them. It'll look a little cleaner. It'll run a little smoother. Looking forward to that. So yeah, Season 7 for me is 2 thumbs up. The new character's awesome.
Yeah,
Horizon is sweet. It was a great addition. But then I also watched a show you guys both recommended a while back. I watched Season 1 of Dragon Prince. And unfortunately, I needed to watch the Mandalorian episode, or I probably would have been halfway through Season 2. Man, that show's really good. I would give Season 1 a booyah. And I say that for people who like animated shows. I think specifically if you're a fan of Avatar, I think this is a nice little it's the same creators, so it's kind of in that same vein. But I've really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. The animation's really, really cool, and there's a lot of good characters in it, and it's surprisingly funny. Like surprisingly funny. Like I find myself laughing way more than I expect to every time I watch it. Even though I know it's coming, I still laugh a lot. So looking forward to that. Hopefully by the time I finish season 3, season 4 will be a little bit closer. But then I did do one other thing, and I almost forgot to mention it. I watched Dread for the first time.
Yeah.
We all watched that
we
together.
Did. That was our
with
movie
my,
night. Man, that
with
was
my
only
new
this last
sound.
week.
That was this week, yeah. With my new sound bar. I thought it sounded pretty good.
Yes.
I think
it did.
I think
Significant step up from your
way,
previous sound
way
bar.
better. I think the only thing I need to figure out now is getting voices louder. What I've noticed as I've watched more stuff on it, when it's just dialogue, they're not very loud.
Probably just up that middle channel.
Yeah, I need to find that happy medium there. So that's next on my to-do list with the soundbar. But no, it was an eventful week. I felt like I did a lot that pertains to this. Still reading a book that I haven't talked about on here because I'm going to wait till I finish it. But I am all over the map right now because my Xbox is going to be here tomorrow. Kind of giddy about that. So
Are we all a little like on it? I know I'm very on edge. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably saw me call out FedEx today for changing the estimated shipping time of my.
Mine changed to 9
Xbox.
p.m. and I was just like, you know what? Just get it here. Just get it here.
Mine hasn't. Nothing has changed on mine yet.
He's not going to get his.
That would be a bummer.
You'll get it Wednesday morning. That would be okay though.
At least I'm off work.
No, I guess I loaded up my external hard drive with a few games that I really want to get transferred over as soon as possible. Kind of prepping for this next gen thing, so really, really excited.
Mm-hmm.
Reviews are out now. People are talking about it. Game reviews for next gen are coming out. Everything seems pretty positive on the Xbox front. So can't wait. Next week it will be a fun episode.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, next week's going to be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to probably have the least amount of time played. But that's okay, because I'm going to Lepke's wedding this coming weekend.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So, good cause.
Boy.
I'll go next because I don't have a lot.
Okay.
Mostly just, so I am in the process of, you kind of talked about some fun, non-nerdy projects. I'm building a loft bed for my child. And
How's that going?
That's a lot of work. Yeah, that's because I am not a woodworker, handyman. I'm like good enough to be dangerous, right? Like I'm like I can change my outlet. I know how to swap out a fan. I can do some minor plumbing things, and one day I'm just definitely gonna get in too far over my head. But yeah, no, I got a couple new toys, miter saw. I figured I've been living on my own not in my parents, for like 8 years. I should probably have some tools. So that's been kind of a fun little thing.
Yeah.
In addition, played quite a bit of Apex Season 7, like Tyler. Really enjoying it. I'm having a ton of fun with not only Horizon, but just how the new map flows. And I think one of the interesting things is that this map, more than any other, has so many more choke points, especially when you get even like the second circle or third circle. There's these like points where you can kind of get trapped if you're not careful, or because there's a bunch of teams in an area kind of funneling towards it, you'll get this like mass carnage as the ring is closing that you didn't always get in the previous maps, because people would get to safety and then they'd engage. But there's not that option. Yeah. And you can really, if you position yourself well at certain choke points, you can have a lot of fun just pinging off other teams as they're coming up. So.
Yeah, you can do a lot of damage in those places. And one of the things they talked about in the map too is like they wanted to reward people who plan. Mm-hmm. And so like if you're not thinking about that next circle, you're not planning to move, you're gonna get caught like you're saying, where you're the team who's stuck in the middle of the carnage. And it happened to us a few times over the weekend when we were playing. Mm-hmm. We would get stuck in between like 4 teams, and you're like, what do I do? And battle royales are all about surviving, so it's okay to run. Yep. It's okay to run out of a fight if you need to. And that's one big mistake people make. So there's your tip for the day.
I like it.
Don't be afraid to run from the fight.
Solid tip. But other than that, I really haven't done a whole lot this week. Stephanie and I continue to watch What We Do in the Shadows, even though Halloween has come and gone. That show is fantastic. Unofficial. I'm not ranking it, but I'm recommending it, I guess is
What do
I'm
they
saying.
do in the shadows?
Oh, all sorts of things.
Okay.
Well,
Just thought I'd ask.
Do you want to know what the last episode was called?
Sure.
The Orgy.
Oh, wow.
Wow, they do all sorts of things
And
in the shadows.
it was fantastic. Not in that way. In like, think if The Office tried to do something. Anything that could go wrong in like a mockumentary kind of way would go wrong, and it's only with vampires. It's fantastic.
It just sounds like a disaster. And it's Taika's humor.
And it's Taika, so it's great.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
So, Luke, what'd you do?
I did a couple things. Just real quick, I don't know why I decided to rewatch the Oceans trilogy. I didn't watch Oceans 8 because I'd seen that one pretty recently. I didn't like it that much. But I watched 11, 12, and 13 and Logan Lucky. I consider that an Oceans movie. In the movie, they call it Ocean 7-11. That trilogy is just really overrated. It's 11 and 13 are fine. 12 is awful. But gosh, Logan Lucky is absolutely fantastic. If you've never seen that movie, it's really, really good. I highly recommend it. I'd give that movie a booyah. It's really funny. If you don't even know what it is, it's redneck Ocean's 11. It's so good. That's what you should watch.
I should at some point. I probably will.
And then the two new things I didn't finish either one of them, but I started two Netflix shows. One I just started today was Blood of Zeus. I've watched 2 episodes, and I've really, really enjoyed that. It's a Greek mythology anime, and it has been very fun to watch so far. So I'll report more on that. Maybe next week. Who knows? I might be playing a Series X a lot more than I'll be watching stuff. But then the other show I started was The Queen's Gambit.
Ah, man, I want to watch this.
Yeah, it's a chess show starring Anya Taylor-Joy, and it's really good. She gives a really good performance. The chess matches are always really exciting, especially with like how her mind works and like what she goes through.
Do they do like an inner monologue while she plays?
No, but it like when she's training, like in her bed, she like does the matches on the ceiling, and there's like with shadows, and
That's pretty cool.
it's really cool. But like the reason she does that is because she has a substance abuse problem, and she's alcoholic.
Oh.
She's like addicted to multiple things. So like you got this incredible person can do these incredible things, and she's like using PEDs, but like really dangerous ones to help her out, kind of. It's really good. It's really intriguing. I've got I think 2 or 3 more episodes left. I haven't finished it yet, but I'd say it's probably worth a watch. Right now, I'd probably give it fanboy worthy.
Nice.
It's a different type of sports movie, chess.
Yeah, Dana and I were kind of flipping through Netflix the other day, and we saw that, and both of us were like, "Ooh, that looks good." Mm-hmm. So I think her and I will probably watch that at some point. Mm-hmm. I added it to my list. I don't know when I'll watch it.
Yeah, it's good. And yep, that's it.
Nice.
I mean, yeah, I played Destiny, prepping for
What
Beyond
did
Light. We got to finish out.
You weren't gonna mention what we did.
We played Destiny. What a surprise! We played it again.
What else is new?
We
got you some exotics.
Brett and his buddy helped get some exotics that are leaving forever.
What'd you get?
I got Rat King, got Thorn, and I got Legend of Acreus, but I didn't really finish the mission, so I can't.
Yeah, the end
I
of
don't have
that,
the full thing.
like to like.
Oh, you got the first stage of it?
No,
I have.
So you get the weapon, but to like unlock it, you have to beat the Leviathan raid
With it.
And so the Leviathan raid's going away in like
2 hours.
yeah,
I think I'm a little busy.
Once this event's over,
yeah,
that I'm watching.
essentially.
Yeah.
Sorry, what are you doing right now?
Yeah, if I keep looking down, it's because I'm watching the Destiny 2 event that is kind of ending this season.
If we were in Studio 2.0, we could have that
we
up
could put
while
it up
we do the show.
and just react to it as it's happening.
Just
Someday,
turn that
guys.
around.
Someday.
Put that person's stream on our stream.
Yeah, we'll just put a stream on our stream and
Call it good.
maybe he'll host us. But no, I'm just kind of watching this. I'm really curious about Beyond Light and what all that's going to bring. I think for me, one of the things I hate about playing Destiny is how slow it loads and moves. With these new systems, it seems like that will go away a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So there could be a chance for me to play it more.
I just want to get to the new place, and I want to use stasis. It's going to be... There's never been a new element.
Just remember, it's not ice.
Not ice.
It's not ice.
But it's ice-like.
Ice-like. It's cosmic ice.
It's
like
dark ice.
But it's still ice.
We've been talking about ice for too long now, guys. Let's move over into some news.
Yeah.
Let's keep this show moving tonight.
We're gonna try.
Booze, am I right?
What do we?
There were some booze.
We
this
do
week.
have some booze this week.
Speaking of the first boo and the
Yeah.
one that we need to address, is that Alex Trebek passed away this week, and
Yeah, that was...
Legendary
Big
host
old
of
bummer.
Jeopardy for you young people who
don't know what
don't
Jeopardy
know
is
what that
or
is
who Alex Trebek
or
is.
who Alex Trebek is.
Man, that one was like, that was really sad.
Yeah.
Like we all knew it was coming.
Yeah.
That's just tough.
Mm-hmm.
Jeopardy's kind of one of those shows that you never really plan to watch it, but you end up watching it. And Trebek was just so good as the host. He made it funny. You know, there was heartfelt moments with him.
Mm-hmm.
The way like a lot of clips have been coming up, and like the one where he was reading rap lyrics is so
Yeah.
good.
I love the football
The
segment.
football was the next one I was going to bring up. Is just so good, and like he leaves behind an awesome
A
legacy.
fair catch.
If you guys get this one, I will die. Like he was just so good at what he did, and he will definitely be missed. And hopefully, I'm sure he left behind a note or advice for whoever their next host will be. But I imagine they'll take a nice little break and try to regroup, because that's a critical part of the team.
Yeah.
It's not going to
Oh,
be there anymore.
gosh.
So
Yeah.
Yep.
no, that was sad.
Kind of continuing the sad news, we forgot to mention it last week.
Yeah.
Sean Connery passed away as well. Best known for Bond and Henry Jones, Indiana Jones' father. That was a big bummer too.
Yeah.
Again, one of those kind of icons
Yeah.
of their industry who I think we all realize when we think about it now, it's like, oh, wow, yeah, he was old. He was, what, 93?
I think he was 90.
Yeah,
90?
he's like 90. I think.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, that doesn't terribly, it doesn't surprise me, but man, like in a year where it just kind of seems like we keep getting
Yeah.
Hit.
kicked while we're on the ground, like,
Or we're just noticing it more this year because
yeah.
Because we're in
everything is bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's kind of a reminder. Just hug your loved ones a little bit
Absolutely.
tighter,
Absolutely.
because you just never know.
Do you guys have a favorite Connery performance? I know we didn't plan this. I just kind of thought of that.
I personally don't. The only thing I remember him from is Indiana Jones. I've not seen any of his Bond movies.
That's right. You're
That's
like
what you should watch.
Stop adding onto my list.
There's only 24 Bond movies. You can get through those real quick.
Yeah.
Best Bond movie, Goldfinger. Probably my favorite movie is Last Crusade.
Mm-hmm.
Guilty Pleasure, The Rock.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Which is pretty much him playing Bond again.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's like the conspiracy theory out there that he actually is playing an older James Bond who's just been like, he's a mercenary now, not part of MI6, kind of doing his own
That's
thing.
kind of awesome.
I'm a fan of it.
That's what you choose to believe.
I'll submit to that conspiracy theory that was the intention.
I'll throw out one of my favorites is
without getting in trouble.
The Hunt for Red October.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got some misses too, but he had that King Arthur movie. Ooh.
Listen,
What was that? The
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen unfortunately was a thing, and it was the reason he quit acting. That movie's so bad.
I still like him in it though. I won't lie.
I mean, he was always good. He's
I
always
watched that
enjoyable.
and I'm like, oh, this could have been something,
Mm-hmm.
and it just wasn't.
Maybe someday that comic will be made. Probably not.
I don't know.
That movie ruined everything for that comic.
There's all sorts of. Who owns that? Do you know who owns the distribution rights? I wonder. Was that like Universal maybe?
Probably.
But in any case, like everyone's looking for more content to make these days, so surely that could come back in some form. But yeah, two
icons.
Two icons. So happier news, anyone?
Yeah. Oh, it's 20th Century Fox.
Oh, okay. Oh, so Disney has it.
So it's possible.
It's not gonna get made. That doesn't fit any of their.
It's never going to be made. It's Alan Moore. What am I talking about? That's
yeah.
not going to be made
No,
again.
No. Oh well.
Sean Connery.
Okay, well I got some movie news.
Let's get it.
So Jordan Peele, he announced today, I think Universal announced it today, that his next movie is coming on July 22nd, 2022. It's going to be another horror film. I think we all probably like Get Out a little more than us, but I'm certainly still excited for anything he's intimately involved in.
Yes.
I would say after Lovecraft Country, maybe
I still haven't
produced
finished
by Jordan Peele, doesn't quite carry the weight that Jordan Peele carried in the last year.
I've heard Antebellum wasn't good either.
I mean, I've heard similar things, but
I mean, we always fall for it from the producers of all the time. Like I remember Mortal Engines. It would say the producers of
Lord of the
Rings
and
stuff.
The Hobbit.
And they
like,
bring
wait, The Hobbit, red flag.
They bring up Peter Jackson, and I
Yeah.
remember you were super excited because I think you might have even. Did you think it was directed by him for a little bit?
Yeah.
Man, that would have been a totally different movie. If
Very different movie.
I actually
read
didn't think
that book.
movie was horrible.
Yeah. You didn't think the movie was horrible?
I didn't think it was horrible.
No,
I didn't think it was good.
It's not a good movie, but it's also, you're right. It's not like the.
I think I might have given it a Matthew McConaughey.
I don't know if I gave it a Matthew McConaughey. It may have been a straight to streaming.
That's what you should watch. Anywho.
Anyways, next.
I only have one movie story, and that's our main topic. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I got a couple others.
I'm watching.
You're watching that.
stream,
Okay, so
yeah.
I'll just go down the next couple movie stories. Yeah, so another couple announcements, actually, since we're still in this time of a pandemic and there's not a lot of shoots going on. Things are kind of at a standstill creatively, at least in the actual production. I think a lot of people are getting inspired or, coming up with things to do. What do we want to do next when the pandemic's over, when we can, safely get back to work? Couple things. First off, despite the fact that A Quiet Place 2 still hasn't come out,
That's one that should come out.
they have announced that A Quiet Place spin-off film is coming. Apparently, John Krasinski is producing, and he came up with the idea, but it is being written and directed by Jeff Nichols. I think his two biggest movies are probably Mud and Loving, and I have not seen Loving, and Mud is interesting. Mud's a Matthew McConaughey film. It's a movie.
Is it a Matthew McConaughey as
It's
well?
not bad. Here's the thing. It's
like
not,
the rating?
Is he? Yeah.
It's definitely a Matthew McConaughey at least feels like he's trying. So
That's good.
That
I like McConaughey when he tries.
yeah. I certainly don't think it's a bad performance. Content what he was given could have been better. I don't know. I
think as long as Krasinski's involved, it'll be okay. However, we just talked about
Talked about
Peele.
producers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you want to believe that it'll be okay, but
Indeed. The next pair of filmmakers who are doing something interesting, the Russo Brothers are going to.
Did their Quibi show ever come out?
Probably not. Did we announce the death of Quibi on the show?
We did.
Okay. R.I.P. Quibi. I never knew you.
Me either. It'll all be on YouTube in like a year.
The Russo Brothers are directing an English remake of Saigon Bodyguards.
What's
Saigon Bodyguards is I want to say a Japanese kind of action comedy movie.
Is it called Rush Hour?
It might as well be. No. It's much more beloved than... I mean, I think Rush Hour certainly has its little niche of, like, fandom, but I think it's held in a higher regard than than Rush Hour. But this is going to star Chris Pratt and Wu Jing, I think is how you pronounce his name. Nothing else about the film is known other than it's a remake. So
they're directing it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, they're not producing it.
Good. Interest is higher. I want to see something that they do that isn't Avengers related or produced. Like they made 21 Bridges, and I heard it was mediocre.
It's interesting now that they've stepped away from the Avengers stuff. Everything they've done since has involved an actor
from that.
And I think they would benefit from stepping away from that.
Mm-hmm.
More specifically, don't cast Chris Pratt. But,
it's an action comedy, man.
Yeah,
but
I mean that's why.
Speaking of Chris Pratt and action comedies, Jurassic World Dominion wrapped.
Yeah.
This week.
Something with like some crazy amount of, not to get political or anything, but like some like ungodly amount of COVID tests were done on that set that was reported. I don't remember if it was like, it was either like 40 or 400. It's probably 40. Probably 40,000 over the course of the shoot.
Jeez.
Which is insane. And, you know, that's what money will do, is get you rapid response tests. And I guess at least the silver lining is that movies are getting made.
Yeah, they're kind of happening.
So, I think before Tyler kind of mentioned it earlier, but if we're done with kind of news stories, I do want
one game.
Oh, yes, go for it, Luke.
Just real quick.
Yes.
Square Enix hasn't come out and given the numbers.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
But
they reported it today, I think.
Officially?
Yeah.
Okay.
IGN posted
apparently, Square Enix lost $48 million on their Avengers game. Not a good launch.
Not a good game.
And then not a good continuation. It didn't get great reviews. It was either this is okay or it's good. Nothing.
Did they, like, I feel like they stopped supporting it. Like, as soon as it launched, that was it.
Well,
I stopped paying attention to it.
So it just depends on. So I think the challenge is Square Enix is not as big of a studio as someone like. So like, Anthem has EA behind it, right? Mm-hmm. Like Square Enix is not EA, and so even though Anthem can be a complete failure is harsh, and maybe inaccurate, but it was not well received overall. And it did not do great financially. Like, they can still, like, throw money at it and be like, this will fix it with time. Mm-hmm. The thing that Square Enix, who is admittedly still a big publisher, but they're not huge, like, they don't necessarily have the time and resources where if they lose $40+ million on something, they can just be like, here's $40 more million to try and make it back up.
Let's recoup that money.
So if the launch doesn't go well and there's not that initial support there, yeah, it probably means they're just taking the loss and backing out the door.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but I think it does go to show.
I do know people that play that game, and it does have its fans. I mean, every game does.
Every game does.
I'd be interested in hearing how that game is going. I just don't hear about it.
Yeah. Nobody talks about it.
No one does.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a kind of, and Tyler, it'd be interesting to hear your thoughts in terms of like where the Division 2 is at.
Mm-hmm.
Like, has this game at this online kind of, it's essentially what, you know, Destiny kind of
Launched.
carved out this little thing.
The looter shooter.
The looter shooter, which admittedly had been done before, but I feel like Destiny has been successful where a lot of other games have not. And I'm curious if, you know, between Anthem not doing well, I haven't really heard about Division, Avengers.
I think
Godfall comes out in about a week.
I think Division 2 is probably, it's like Destiny 2's here and Division 2's here, and then it's like everybody else.
Yeah.
And Division 2, I mean, it definitely has more legs than I would say Avengers did. Because people still play Division 2. Like, I still hear people talk about it. You know, and when they have an update, people get excited about it. And, like, Avengers, like, there's none of that. Like, there's no support for it, I feel like.
Yeah.
I've not heard of any updates to it.
Yeah.
So
I hope that game gets cheaper so I can
play the
story.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
That's what I
it
wanna
sounds
do.
like it has an interesting campaign.
That's the problem is, like, I started playing the beta and you kind of get a little bit of the story in that, and I was like, you know, this actually isn't bad from a story standpoint, but the gameplay loop was not fun to me. I did not enjoy it. I was like, man, this is
It shut down my Xbox.
Figuring out
really.
Yeah.
Figuring out
Wow.
what a satisfying gameplay loop is in a looter shooter, I think, is very difficult.
Yeah.
And especially because I think different audiences have different tolerances of like what they will accept. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if that ends up going anywhere else or if it just kind of
Yeah, I mean, the
fades
biggest
away.
thing is when you have a rough launch, you just got to keep supporting your game. And I think, you know,
I mean, Destiny had a
they had a rough launch.
very rough launch. Anthem did. Division
did.
1 did.
Yep, Division 2 did as well. And, like, the ones that
Godfall's
survive, the ones that survive are the ones that get continuous support. Now, Division 2, much like with Destiny or, you know, Anthem, they have Ubi at their back. So they can get the support they need.
Yep.
And, I mean, to be fair, Massive, the company who makes Division, they do a good job.
Yeah.
You know? So anytime you get the keys to a Tom Clancy franchise, you got to be doing something right. So, no, I think Avengers needs some Taken King infused DLC if it wants to try to recoup anything. But I don't think
Some
they have
villain's
anything
gonna
made.
come storming in and go, "What's up?" And then it's gonna change the entire game.
Yep,
In
pretty much.
2 years.
Pretty much.
Another gaming,
That sounded good.
little bit of gaming news. We got the official announcement that the Mass Effect
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
gosh.
collection
This is awesome.
Yeah, this is great.
Coming next year.
This is great. I was late to the party on Mass Effect. And I'm so excited to get to play through these.
Brett's still late to the party. I've played like a
I
couple
played
hours
Andromeda.
of one, and I've played like 4 hours, probably 10 hours of Andromeda.
Yeah.
I loved 1. I never played 2 and 3, but I was roommates with Chris in college, and I watched him play those. And it was awesome. All I did was watch. It was fantastic. It's a really, really fun story.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to actually play through them.
Me too. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, same. Okay, so real quick, before we hit our main topic, I want to do some non-spoiler thoughts on Mando season
This is what you were
episode
alluding
2.
to earlier. You're
Season
like,
2,
Tyler
episode
mentioned
2.
it.
Chapter 10 is what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tyler talked about it a little bit. Thoughts, guys. Tyler's kind of already said something. How about Luke? You say something.
Disappointing.
Ooh.
Wasn't a fan of the episode. There was a callback to Rebels in it, which was cool. But nothing happened.
Yeah, it was a
It
very...
was just kind of, oh, okay, that's it, I guess.
I get very concerned when a show only has 8 episodes. And I understand that most shows have filler. But when you're putting a filler episode in at episode 2, that concerns me just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because after episode 1, I was like, oh, I can't wait for next week. And then episode 2 comes on, I'm like, I don't really care about next week now. Like, I'm still excited, but it definitely cooled off the hype train a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it reset my expectations.
Yeah.
Because in season 1, there was this weird combination of narrative episodes and just my mind has gone blank. Standalone episodes. One-offs, right? And one-offs work, I think, if you have a compelling story to tell in that episode. And I think the problem was that this one didn't feel that compelling. And it wasn't a very satisfying episode by itself. That said, I think the callback that you're talking about to Rebels, that was kind of fun to see. Mm-hmm. Again, visually, everything's really well done.
I thought it was
still
cool.
Looks fantastic.
I think the best part about the episode is introducing a horror aspect, which is something Star Wars has never really done before.
Oh yeah, I don't think this is a spoiler. I don't feel like this is a spoiler. There's
if you think it could be a spoiler, just fast forward like a minute.
Just not even a minute, like 30 seconds. There's like just the like alien vibes that it gives off.
Yeah.
There in the room.
That's all I could think about.
Was super cool. I was like, oh, they're doing this. Mm-hmm. And then it gets a little crazy. It gets a little actiony.
There's a bath scene.
For what that's worth.
I think
it's weird.
I think the most interesting part of this episode is what they do with the child, and it will be interesting to see how people react. All in all,
yeah, big thumbs down for me too.
I've seen a lot of people say thumbs down. I've seen a lot of people be like, "That was hilarious."
It was funny the first time.
Sure.
And then after that, I was like, okay.
Yep. It reached the point of it was funny the first time, and then you keep doing it, and it stops being funny.
Yeah.
If it would have been an hour-long episode and he kept doing it, maybe it would have become funny again. But
something we can talk about when we do a little spoiler talk about it here shortly. So not in this episode.
Gonna have to break out the lightsabers, Brett.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, no. Let us know what you thought of Mandalorian.
Mando.
Non-spoilers in this chat, though.
Yes.
So now we can move on to our main story, which does have a news story aspect attached to it. We are... I don't even know how to say this. Warner Brothers...
See you, Johnny.
Fired Johnny Depp from, like, everything.
They asked
Disney
him
did too,
to resign.
kind of.
Yeah. So he was asked to resign following a lawsuit or a court battle.
A defamation suit against the Sun,
which is a tabloid in England.
Yep.
So there's... I didn't get deep into the weeds there, and I don't particularly care about that. I'm more interested in talking about where we going with Fantastic Beasts from here. We're 2 movies in. The second movie was very widely panned. We know that the third movie is getting rewritten by, JK is still very much involved, but there is an additional screenwriter coming in to provide support.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to see with Fantastic Beasts and or Grindelwald?
They need to... Whatever magic they were able to... Whatever magic. Nice. They were able to capture in the first one. They need to try to go back to that. Right? Like, sequels usually... I say usually. I think in most cases struggle a little bit with trying to take things just a little too far. Mm-hmm. And usually the third movie in a series will try to, like, walk that back a little bit. And I feel like that's what this one needs to do. They need to... the first one was very focused. It was very much, this is the story. And then the second one's like, these are all the threads we're going to address.
And they only did 2 acts.
Right. Yeah, they don't finish their movie. And so I think just try to get that storyline just a little more focused in the third movie. I don't know which one they need to focus on. I know which character it needs to follow. It needs to be with Newt. But stop trying to do this and start kind of reining it back in. That's where I think they need to do. And then as far as Grindelwald goes, I think we all have probably the same answer on who should play him. But we can get crazy and name a bunch of different actors if we really wanted to. But I'm more curious to see what you guys think from a story perspective.
I think I would agree. I think it's okay to involve the whole Dumbledore, Grindelwald threads in the movies, but I want them to be secondary.
Yeah.
Or Newt, it needs to still be Newt's story wrapped up in there. Because I think it might actually feel weird to have, Newt running around doing his own thing, and just everywhere he goes, he's being followed by this, other story is just constantly plopping itself in his lap. So if you want to make him the main if you're gonna make him the main protagonist, make this more of a fun, maybe not fun, although maybe we could use a different director. I love David Yates, but we could maybe use a
breath of fresh air into a franchise is never a bad thing.
Never a bad thing.
I think that would be good, fine.
Mm-hmm.
Or don't have J.K. Rowling write the screenplay. I don't mind if they use her ideas.
Mm-hmm.
It's her world. But
I think she's proven to be a decent novelist.
Yes.
An idea creator, but not necessarily a great screenwriter.
She didn't write the original movies.
Right, no.
And I think that helps a lot. She probably wants to do as much as he can.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why the second movie just feels so busy. And then, in the Harry Potter movies, Order of the Phoenix is the longest book and the shortest movie. I don't, whoever they got to condense that one down and make that much sense and so well done, I think
should do this one.
They need to hire that person. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they just need to kind of just merge everything together real quick. Just throw them all together. Newt and Dumbledore they're trying to stop Grindelwald now.
That's your focus.
Just go.
Yeah. And use the beasts to help.
Can we?
And then you keep your title the same, and you just keep it moving.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think you can absolutely just kind of move through this, and simplify some of those storylines. I think there's the weird storyline with Nagini right now.
Oh yeah,
and
I totally forgot about that.
The Queenie subplot where she's all of a sudden now she's a
bad guy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Oh, gross.
Worst subplot in number 2.
Oh my gosh.
Let's just make Queenie the worst person in 60 minutes.
Well, also, that is stupid. So I guess it's stupid, but it gives a Kowalski reason to join the fight. But then also, Grindelwald murdered Zoe Kravitz. Spoilers.
Oh, yeah.
So Newt has a reason to actually be involved.
Yeah.
He should be going to Dumbledore. Yo, how do
we gotta
fight
get this dude?
Douchebag? Let's go get him. Just go fight.
Yeah.
And oh, look, a dragon. Bring him into the Pokeball suitcase.
I definitely thought you were doing a Hadouken.
No, I need them to, whatever they're trying to set up in the second one, just pretend you did it right and just move forward.
Keep it moving.
Heck, I would say take whatever your ideas were, because this was originally going to be a 5-movie series here. Let's drop one of those. Let's make it 4 films. Get 2 more.
I saw that.
You can use number 3 to kind of clean up your threads from number 2 and get us to a good point.
Use the first 15 minutes to clean up your threads.
Sure. I mean, yeah. But then set us up for a nice conclusion without making us feel like we're being dragged through the mud of this, B-grade Harry Potter story.
Michael Goldenberg is the writer.
Okay.
And obviously he wrote Order of the Phoenix. He wrote Contact.
Oh.
And he wrote Green Lantern.
Oh.
So
it's like, oh.
So that's kind of just everywhere.
Look,
he also wrote
much like directors,
Peter
writers have good scripts that get made and bad scripts that get made. And sometimes you write a script, you sell it, they change it, and your name still gets on it. So who knows, right?
Let's go look at the Deathly Hallows Part 1. That's the best Harry Potter movie.
That's such a good Harry Potter movie. And it doesn't even take place at the school.
That's why it's the best one.
Man, I feel like they could look at their own.
The best part about Harry Potter in the last one is that you've been in the school for 6 years and you're like out in the world. Yeah. And it's just incredible. And that's what I loved about Fantastic Beasts. People are they're just using magic.
Yeah, we don't have to think about it all the time or be taught it.
Yeah, it's like they're not learning magic. They're going, oh, I can't do this spell because I'm saying it wrong or whatever. It's just like, no, they just flick their wand. They don't even say anything and stuff just happens. It's just like
incantations.
That's so cool. Yeah. They're just shooting lasers out.
Laser wands. So I think we ultimately want to move this conversation into what do we do with Grindelwald as a character, and how do they recover? And I'll blast mine into the ether. Just bring Colin Farrell back.
Yes.
Should have never did the whole bait and switch thing to begin with.
Yep. Didn't
should have just been him. Luckily, almost like they knew this would happen, they made him like transfigure. So it's really easy to just be like, wait, what? Like he wanted to look more evil in the second one. And just be done with it.
Just have it be a thing.
Yeah.
Have it be a thing, and then
or just have him have the eyes, do the contact thing, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then have like a blonde streak or something. Just just a little no, he kind of changed back.
No mustache.
He was trying to
no mustache.
Yeah, get rid of the mustache. But maybe he was trying to change his appearance over and over again to confuse people because he's on the run all the time.
Well, I think
whoever did the makeup for him as Penguin, just do a little bit of makeup, change him up a little bit. Like maybe a polyjuice went wrong or something.
Yeah.
Well, I think you could even do something as simple as, and maybe this isn't simple, I don't know, but I think one of the more interesting lore threads, I think that's Baby Yoda.
Oh,
what Lepke was thumbing down.
I thought he was thumbing down Colin Farrell as Grindelwald, and I was like, you are a crazy person.
No, that was
thumbs down in you.
Probably.
That was 10 minutes ago, so you good.
I'm just
not
kidding.
talking about that.
I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
Is his relationship with Dumbledore? There's obviously a relational aspect there, and I think you could do something where,
as in like a loving relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
One where they care about each other or in love. I mean, I'm not
familiar. I think it's heavily
with
implied that they are lovers.
Yeah. But you could do something where it's like if they can meet or whatever, and Dumbledore can have something as much of a line as, I hate when you look this way, and then Grindelwald's like, that's why I'm doing this, because I have to break away from you to become who I really am,
right,
type of thing. Then it's a character motivation. It's not some random willy-nilly thing.
Or it's him embracing his darkness, maybe.
Yeah. We don't get a lot of bad guys who have to deal with their demons and then embrace their demons. We get a lot of redemption stories when bad characters, evil characters have to confront them, because that's what we want to see in all of us, right? We want to believe that the best versions of us would say,
ultimately make the right choice.
I would make the right choice. But you could do something really interesting where you do say, okay, nope, I'm embracing this, and now I'm leaning really heavily into it.
Yeah, I think it's so easy to just bring Colin Farrell back, do something like that, and roll with it. But just for fun, if they didn't bring back Colin Farrell, who would you guys want to see play Grindelwald?
I can't think of anybody, so I'm just gonna Google it and see what the internet is saying. How do you spell Grindelwald?
Grindelwald.
It's German. It's a V.
I'm gonna guess Michael Fassbender's on one of those lists.
Yeah, there he is. There's
Wait, really?
Yep, right there.
Nice.
Jamie Lannister. I don't remember his name.
Oh,
Something foreign.
yeah. No.
Seriously, it's he has like a really foreign
It's like
name.
Colster Waldo.
Yeah.
Michael Fassbender. Nicolaj Coster Waldo.
Told you it's super foreign, man.
What about
Mads Mikkelsen.
What about Ethan Hawke?
Would he do it though?
I don't know, but I think he
Does
could.
he like money?
I think he could. I think he would.
Yeah.
I think he kind of has that same kind of
Facial
He looks-
structure.
face shape
Yeah.
and body type.
Honestly, he kind of looks like a mix of Colin Farrell and Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect. Ethan Hawke done.
So yeah,
Mads-
Mads would be good
Mads
too.
Mikkelsen.
Though.
Mads would be fun.
He's fantastic. Colin Farrell, there he is. Good job, internet. Oh, he only did 5? Pfft, trash article.
I'm pretty sure the article is called 5 actors who could play.
No.
Lepke also thinks that Colin seems like the obvious and best choice.
Yeah. He was so good in the first one.
So good.
I was like, dude, this guy's amazing. And then they do the stupid bait and switch. I'm like, what the?
Also, can we? It won't happen. But can we just drop Ezra too? Like, do we need that subplot?
He's supposed to be important, I think.
I know.
But isn't he a Dumbledore?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah,
That's why
he
they.
is.
That's
Yeah.
why they
Oh, my
won't drop
God.
him. But
And then he like blows up a mountain.
I need
He's
to
just like, boo! And you're like, what?
I need to
Since
rewatch
when?
this
I no
movie.
longer understand the rules of magic.
There
What
are
is Harry Potter?
Why do
That's
people
a-
go to school for 8 years for this?
Because they're kids and they could blow up a mountain. There are no rules. You can do anything with
They should
magic.
just bring back Filch. Fix all this nonsense.
No, but just bring back the cat.
His cat, Mr. What's his cat's name?
Ms. Norris.
Yeah,
Yes.
Miss Norris. There you go.
Benedict Cumberbatch, yes or no?
No.
No.
Ezra Miller.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Have kill Ezra Miller and
Wait.
Ezra Miller's Grindelwald.
There you go.
Oh, that's an ad.
Have him just eat Grindelwald and then he becomes him.
Tom Hiddleston.
No. Absolutely not.
No.
He's already played that kind of character.
Jamie Campbell Bower. Best known for the Twilight films.
Oh, no.
No.
He even starred opposite Depp and Sweeney Todd.
He does kind of look like a young Johnny Depp.
Till Schweiger.
I'm going to say no.
In Inglourious Bastards. No to that.
Oh, I know which guy he is, though. He is good.
Oliver Masucci.
I think you need someone who's...
Not Oliver Masucci.
Well...
He played Hitler before, and then, I mean, this dude is just the wizard version of Hitler. So, I mean,
That's
That's
true.
a
He's
fair
done it
That's a
before.
good point.
Yeah.
Good point. It's fair. No, I think you need someone who...
Yes.
I don't... Because I don't, like...
Tilda Swinton.
Is that her?
I guess.
Oh, boy.
I mean,
Why not?
She would do good. She's a great actress.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, now...
Are you just thinking of how Tilda Swinton would look as
Yeah.
Grindelwald?
With the mustache?
You know, if they
shave it.
if they casted Tilda Swinton to replace Grindelwald, there would be like a huge uproar about how they don't want to do the Grindelwald and Dumbledore stuff,
Oh, probably.
and it would just become this huge
Yeah.
thing. They should not do that.
I'm sticking... I like Colin Farrell. I'm sticking with my choice
Oh,
of
that's
Ethan
my
Hawke.
number one. My number one choice is Colin Farrell.
Me too, but my choice, if they have to replace him, is Mads Mikkelsen.
Okay. I like it.
Mads
I
would
love
be
it.
dope.
I will watch Mads Mikkelsen.
I want
in
some more of
anything.
it. Yes. Okay, so that's all the drama surrounding Harry Potter. We'll see where that ends up in 16 years.
Yo, but that game that's coming out looks awesome.
Oh,
That's what I'm
yes.
here for. Boy.
Wee.
Over in the chat,
Boy.
we're gonna hop into Fanbox Questions.
Trying to harmonize.
Over in the chat, Lepke is very excited that you're coming to his wedding. He's asking if you're bringing an Xbox Series X as a wedding gift.
I thought about bringing it down there, but I probably won't. Don't want to travel with that kind of cargo.
He's gonna be disappointed.
It's gonna weigh down your car.
Yeah, seriously. I have to put extra air in my tires to get it down there.
But we do have a couple of Fanbox questions today.
Yeet. This person has been dancing in the middle of this circle in this event the entire time.
I bet they're AFK.
Pretty impressive.
Been going.
Every now and again they crouch.
So, Ian, @pronounced Ian over on Twitter, asks us what our favorite chocolate is. And he gives the examples of dark milk or white, but if you have a different flavor of chocolate that you prefer.
Milk chocolate? I don't like dark
Milk?
chocolate.
Dark chocolate gives me incredible diarrhea.
Oh, no.
Yes!
That's unpleasant.
For you at home, that is for you.
Like my mom makes chocolate chip cookies, and she puts dark chocolate chips in them.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's what
Makes sense.
most people do. I don't know. And it's so good. They're so good.
Dude.
I go home though. Boo! It's over. Sorry.
Sad day. So not dark chocolate. What's your
Milk.
milk? Okay, I am a dark chocolate lover.
Ew.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ian, for that question. Mr. D at
We're
Mr.
not
Daniel
involved in
Dick.
This one. This one's just for Brett.
No, okay, it's a cue for Brett, but I wanna invite you guys to answer too.
I don't want to answer.
Fine. How are you feeling about the Xbox Series X at the moment? I, for sure, cannot contain my excitement. Smiley face.
Excited.
I, too, Daniel, am very excited. I, like I said earlier in the show, very upset that my Xbox delivery time was bumped back 4 hours. Very sad.
Why'd you do that?
I've got my external hard drive all ready to go, so I just need to, fire up my system, go through all the setup stuff, and
Stop that.
plug her in, and get to playing some
No,
some Destiny 2 Beyond Light, baby. I'm also hoping to play and maybe even stream a little. I need to I want to replay all of the Halo games when they get updated to the Series X optimization stuff here in a couple weeks. So be looking for that, because it has been a while since I revisited Halo, and I was supposed to get a Halo game tonight, and I'm not. So we're gonna play some old stuff. Okay, are you guys still excited? Yeah, you are. I know it. Don't answer. Don't answer.
Yeah, we're not allowed to answer anyways. This question was for you, man.
Nick. Oh, this is Lepke. Asks, are you guys excited all about a Assassin's Creed Valhalla?
Wow, you butchered that first part there.
Valhalla.
Yes, that's gonna be my song of choice in the rap battles in that game.
Are you excited about Assassin's Creed Valhalla? Tyler, we had a very interesting conversation before the show about this. Please share your thoughts.
Do I have to?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm requiring it. You opted out of the last question.
I didn't. It wasn't asked of me. It wasn't an option. I wasn't opted in. No. No. Yeah, I think I'm excited about it. I'm kind of in this weird place, right? Like, I like Assassin's Creed. The game has kind of shifted to this new RPG style, but the Viking aesthetic to me is one that's been requested for a long time, and everything I've seen of it looks really good. Well, their embargo lifted today, and all of the reviews came out, and it's getting fantastic reviews. Like, I haven't seen anything lower than an 8. So it's like
Out of 100?
out of 10. Actually, out of 8.5, but who's counting?
Whoa.
But no, like, it's getting really good reviews. It looks awesome. Like, I watched the first 16 minutes of it. It still doesn't quite look completely next gen. Like, there's definitely textures and stuff that look a little funny, but it's an Ubi game. If you're expecting amazing graphics, you're looking for the wrong stuff. But no, I'm excited about it. However, there is kind of this weird, like, do I want to get it now thing, because one, I'm not quite done with Watchdogs yet. Two, Cyberpunk's coming out in a few weeks. There's a good chance I jump back into Destiny with the better load times and stuff now. Like, there's just a lot of different things that are coming out with the next gen launch that really interest me. Gears Tactics is a game I really want to get into. because you guys know I love the Gears franchise. There's just so much, and I've already set aside money for whatever I end up buying this week.
So it might be
it may be AC Valhalla. Yeah, there's a chance I buy it.
Nice.
So I'm excited, but I'm also kind of wait and see on it.
Sure. Luke, excited? No.
I think it
Don't
looks
care.
cool, but I'm going to have Destiny and Cyberpunk for the next 3 years. So
I'm kind of in that same boat where it's like I'm like Apex is kind of my go-to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I'm just feeling like playing a couple games of something, I'll go jump on Apex. If I really want to, like, I'm very excited about Beyond Light and Destiny 2, so I'm gonna definitely get in there. And then when Cyberpunk hits, I'm like, oof.
Yeah.
So I think if I play AC Valhalla, it's gonna be probably in spring, pending whenever Halo Infinite's gonna get launched.
yeah, I was just going to say Halo was announced for Q1 2021, wasn't it?
I think it was just
I think it was
2021.
just 2021.
No, I want to get Valhalla. I think I'll get Valhalla.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the internal monologue. You guys are literally hearing it play out right now. It's
Yes,
like
I love it.
I realize there's all these games coming out and all these things, but what is all of the Xbox marketing going to right now outside of the console? It's Valhalla. That's
Yeah.
all they're pushing.
Yeah.
Did you watch football this weekend? How many times did you see the commercial? It was constant. It's like Xbox is really pushing Valhalla.
Yep.
And so that makes me want to play it more. I'm just like, I don't know what to do. Tomorrow I may decide to buy it. Right now I tell myself I won't. I don't know.
We'll find
I don't
out.
know. I don't know, guys. The opening mission looks really cool. Sorry.
You're good.
The monologue is happening.
We got a couple more questions. Stephanie, the wonderful Steitzen,
The Hidden Blade's back, right?
Yes.
she has asked, how do you like your potatoes?
Mashed.
Ooh.
Fried.
Oh.
Fries.
French fries. Yes.
More specifically.
I'm a sucker for garlic mashed potatoes, but
Hey.
in an attempt to diversify our answers, I will also say my dad makes fantastic grilled potatoes. Like chop them up, little bite-sized pieces, put them in some tin foil, some oil and seasoning, throw them on the grill with your chicken or burgers or whatever. Pull them off. So
Man,
good.
potatoes got it going.
Dude, potato wedges,
They
French
are
fries,
extremely
mashed potatoes.
versatile.
Mm-hmm.
Twice baked. New potatoes. Oh,
Baked
different type of
pota-
potato, but
regular baked potato. Just cut that baby up.
throw some bacon, sour cream, and cheese on there.
Just let it melt into it.
Yeah.
Fully loaded sweet potato.
Oh, so I had sweet potato fries for the first time like a year and a half ago.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it like changed my life. It's like, dude, these are so good. What is this?
Sweet potato casserole.
Oh,
Potato casserole. The one,
Do you like potato salad?
like the cheesy,
I don't, but people do.
I don't do
cheesy potato
salads.
scallions, like where it's like,
Yes,
Oh, dude,
now those are
scalloped
good.
potatoes?
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Yep, yep.
Oh, cheesy
you
potatoes.
guys want to go upstairs and make some potatoes?
Dude,
Kind of. Well,
I
our
think I
next
have some at home. You
question,
can come over. We can make it real quick.
our last question is also about food.
Oh, good.
It's from my mom. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
She asks,
Hi, Brett's mom.
what's your favorite food you are looking forward to at Thanksgiving? Thanksgiving, obviously, lots of different great foods that you probably have as a traditional part of your holiday celebrations. What is one thing you're really looking forward to?
Washington football at 3:30 on Thanksgiving.
That's not a food.
Oh.
I think he's gonna eat it all up.
Turkey?
Yeah, big fan of turkey.
I love turkey.
How do you do that? How do you? Is it like
I usually
smoked
cut it with a
or
fork and then I eat it.
baked or?
It's usually baked.
I once ate a turkey that was like put in a bucket of coals that was like buried underground. It was amazing. I don't
What?
understand. Yeah, no, I don't get it. I don't know how it was made.
That's a thing?
That's a thing.
I'm gonna look that up.
It's fantastic.
I don't believe you. I think you're making stuff up.
It's hard to choose coming from like Mennonite families because everything's gonna be good.
Green beans,
Green bean casserole,
Green bean casserole.
potatoes.
sweet potato casserole. I'll say I'm a ham. I would pick ham over turkey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with either one, though. Families. I just want you to know I will be happy no matter what. Pumpkin pie with Cool Whip.
Whip.
I'm hungry. Can we end this thing?
Almost. I'll answer mine.
Dude, me too.
My grandma and now my mother also make the most amazing garlic mashed potatoes, and I will just get
call back.
I will just get a loaf of bread, and I just big old pile of mashed potatoes. You use the bread as a scoop.
You looked like you felt awkward saying that. Like you looked really uncomfortable trying to say it.
Throw the mashed potatoes on there.
And then I
scoop it.
then I eat it.
Yeah, but those mashed potatoes are amazing. Is it happening? Is the Traveler healing?
Yeah.
Guys, contacting servers. There's probably some
it's
VO
healing
or
its
something.
wounds. I'm still waiting for a pyramid ship to shoot this thing down.
Dude, yes.
So we've got the Traveler. Oh, big flash of light.
I think it blew up.
I bet it comes back all healed, all better. Darkness.
Dude, if he gets kicked in the middle of this event.
Darkness is all over the screen.
Hello, darkness, my own friend. How did they not use that in a trailer?
Oh.
Because it's overused.
What did they use?
They used Paint It Black, the most
Yeah.
overused song in cinematic video game and television history. Every time I hear that song now, I think of The Mummy.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
That
should
is
watch
very
that.
Unfortunate. No, you shouldn't watch it. Don't do it.
I don't want to.
I'm gonna just stop you right there.
Yeah, bad.
Well,
You should watch the scene of Tom Cruise screaming in the plane without the sound effects and the music.
that is great.
That is amazing.
That is amazing. I want to thank everyone for watching us live. Thank you for sending us questions on Twitter, and just if you're not watching us live but you listen anyways, like via the podcast, thank you guys so much. We have a ton of fun doing this every week. I know next week is going to be
Big
crazy because we're going to be talking about Xbox quite a bit. So
Sorry, PlayStation fans, none of us are getting a PS5.
and it's not that we hate you.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't hate PlayStation. We just have priorities, and those priorities is
We're
the
Destiny
is the
for
Xbox.
me. They were Destiny.
So, thank you all again. Once again, you can go over to whatthefanboy.com to find links to all of our stuff. And until next week, we'll see ya.
Bye.
It's not fading away. Why is it not fading away?